Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra with This is Improv, and we are here with another Talk About It Tuesday, where we talk about all things the arts and people who love them. So, today with us, we have a very special guest, Omar. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you today?
I'm good, a little chaotic right now, but I guess that'll
Yeah.
come up later on. So, I actually have been into theater stuff since I was a freshman in high school, and I stopped a little while ago because of the whole pandemic stuff. I was doing stuff in New York, and it kind of transitioned over to doing stuff on Twitch now. And that's basically been my main focus for entertainment purposes. It's been a lot of fun.
Why did you pick theater? What was the interest in the first place?
As funny as it may be, I actually was in this very, very small high school. It only had about 22 people per grade, and there weren't any other electives because I was super lazy and I was one of the last people to go pick up class, and it just happened to be the only one there, and I just fell in love with it. Like the whole getting to do or say whatever you want and then just being like, "Oh, it was a character. Don't worry
Mm-hmm.
about it," you know? And I
Yeah.
fell in love with it and I did it for the rest of my life.
Nice. So when you started doing theater outside of Nova, because you graduated, what year did you graduate? Because you were like you left right before I went in, I think.
Yeah, I left Nova 2014. I became a flight attendant.
Uh-huh. Oh, how was that? That's an awesome job.
Yeah, being a flight attendant has actually been so fun. But like traveling the world and meeting all these crazy people, it's been so much fun. But it's just been like a crazy experience. Has its pros and cons.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So what would you say is your favorite part of being involved in the theater world?
My favorite part of being in the theater world, honestly, it's just the people.
Mm-hmm.
like like I told you how I transitioned it from being in theater to being in Twitch, and it's the same thing for Twitch. It's literally just finding people that you have this one little thing in common with,
Mm-hmm.
and realizing, oh wait, we actually have so much more in common. And even if we don't have much in common, like it's still you could have a blast, you know.
Yeah, there's
And with
always
the
things to
theater world,
find.
it's like it doesn't matter if you're on stage or backstage. It's
Yeah,
all good.
definitely. So, transitioning into Twitch.
Been crazy because I just started playing a couple games because one of my buddies is a streamer,
Mhm.
and he kind of pushed me towards it. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it for fun. And ever since I've been doing it and I've been meeting new people, I meet people that not don't necessarily play the games that I play. So they play like Overwatch or random games, and I don't play those, but
Mhm.
I enjoy watching them, and then I start to play with them, and then now I have like this crazy amount of games that I play, all just to be playing with all of my buddies that I've met.
So what is your style? What do you Obviously there is the what is going on right now. That is
Yeah,
one portion of your Twitch. But what's your style? How would you describe
so
yourself?
I mean, most of the time I'm just trying to like play with other streamers and play with the viewers and stuff like that. So I play a
Mhm.
lot of games like I started mostly playing League of Legends,
Oh,
and you
okay.
could play that with up to 10 people. So I would play that all the time, and then now right after this we're going to be playing Scriblio, which have you had a chance to play Scriblio?
Yes, I love
Such a
Scriblio.
great fun game. It's hilarious seeing people struggle
Yeah.
and like you trying to draw something and nobody gets it. It's too funny,
I don't
and it
care about
feels
the
like it's real
points on
time.
that game at all. I just care about going
No,
real slow and detailed until
mhm.
someone's like, "You suck. Why would you take this long for a card?"
Whenever I'm like in the lead and I'm just like trying to have fun, I'll
Mhm.
start my drawing from back to front, and then like nobody has any clue what I'm drawing, and in the last 2 seconds, bing, 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 everybody starts to guess it just because of one thing that I drew, like with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
It's fun to like see what other people are thinking about too.
Yeah.
And in Scriblio, like other games, you can customize it and you can add words. So like I'll add names of people that are in the community, and then they'll just draw it, and if you don't know them, well, then you're not going to get it. But there's so many inside jokes with it the more that we play it.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Scribbly was fun. I find that doing gaming, like communicating through gaming and communicating through theater, is very similar because you're playing still, you know? So I think it's fun that the transition into Twitch makes sense in a way.
It's so crazy because like I always tell Caitlin, like I am a version of myself when I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I'm off stream and I'm playing video games, I'm not here screaming and like yelling and like cussing out the other people. But I want to. I just don't scream. I'm just like more reserved. But when I'm on stream and it's like encouraged, it's the same as if like you like to drink. Like, yeah, I like to have a beer or two. But if you go out with a bunch of drinkers, you're gonna be chugging beers at the bar and stuff. So it's like they bring out that part of me, which I also enjoy. It's just it doesn't has too much of a chance to go out. And it's like with theater people, if you go out with theater people, you're gonna do accents. You're gonna do random voices. There's gonna be a random moment where you do a scene with somebody and everybody walks in and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And you're just like, "You had to be there." Like,
don't worry about it. It's normal. It's normal.
You have to be there. It's okay. You don't
Yes, so my favorite is ordering in musical format. You know, that's always a fun one to do. Sure. Now you've done improv.
Yeah.
So from scripted theater, the difference into improvisation, what's the feeling, the different feeling?
That's all I did was scripted stuff until my freshman year in college when I was at Nova. And I remember I took improv just as a necessary
credit. Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. And instantly, like, dramatic theater was out the window for me. It was just like, because one of the things that I struggled with was like memorization and like relating to certain characters, because you know how it is. Sometimes you really relate to character A, but you get cast for character B and you're like, oh, okay, well now I have to like be a little
learn them.
You know? Yeah, I have to figure things out. And instead in improv, you're just like across from the other person and you do whatever you want. And a lot of times they do something really funny and you're like, oh, let's keep doing this. Let's see where they're going with it. And you just feed off of each other and it's so great. Versus a lot of times people are just like waiting for their cue when they're doing a normal play. And it's just like, if someone messes up that cue, you have no idea what to do. But yeah, if you have like a background in improv, you can just like maneuver your way back on. So it made that easier as well. Yeah.
Do you feel like your improv skills come through in your like everyday life skills?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Anybody that knows me like in real life and obviously on Twitch and stuff, they know that I'm always just cracking all of these stupid dad jokes, and like I'm always down for a pun. Always.
Yes.
Especially if
I'm just become best friends.
Oh yeah. If I'm the only person that laughs at my pun, I give myself brownie points and I just laugh harder for the rest of the people. It's great.
Yeah, I find that with improv there's so much to it. I mean, like there's so many different avenues to it when it comes to working with other people as well, just finding and exploring what's gonna happen in the scene, you know. Do you prefer doing short form or long form?
Honestly, I feel like it depends on your chemistry with the other person. Long form is really hard to do with someone that you're new with because you don't know their triggers. You don't know what their comfort zone is. Because like for those, I don't know if you've invited Ricky in the past or if you knew what Ricky
yeah.
I had like an off the charts chemistry with Ricky Raffles. He and I, it didn't matter what we were doing. I don't care what the last scene was. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to make Ricky laugh. I'm going to make Ricky break. And I know what makes Ricky laugh. So everything that I did, no matter what his scene he was doing, I just needed to make him laugh. And everybody knows SNL, improv, all that stuff. When the character laughs or the actor laughs because of how funny it is, it just makes you enjoy it even more. And but yeah, like when you have a chemistry with someone, you could do stuff like that, and it's a longer form, and you can do callbacks and stuff that it might not even be a callback to what just happened, but it might be a callback to something that you two have done before, and then they can build on it. And some people in the audience know, some people don't, but it's still funny either way.
Right. Yeah. It's like when Angelica and I do scenes together. I mean, doing a scene with your sister is like just chatting, you know?
Yeah.
And it's fun to see like how far until she breaks, but she never does. She never does.
She's really good about that.
Right. She's really good. Doing improv and everything. Do you have like favorite games? I like to ask people's favorite games. It tells a lot about their style.
I'm really bad at it. Don't get me wrong. I just like impersonating and doing like characters that like people know. So I always like the taxi cab games.
Nice.
Where you just for a couple rounds you're just doing this character, and then you come back and you're doing another character, and you come back and you're doing another character. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun to like try to guess what the other people are doing while staying in character yourself. And it's interesting, and it's great practice for more stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is. And what's something I can't tell just by looking at you
that you can't tell? Well, honestly, I know the wig and the dress are probably misleading with this, but I'm actually so quiet in normal life. Like, you can ask my fiance, like whenever I go to work as a flight attendant, it's constantly new people that I'm working with. It's not like I work at a restaurant and there's 12 waiters and you might see half of them, the other ones might have days off. No, there are like thousands of flight attendants. So the odds of you seeing someone you saw before is like it never happens, you know? Right. So I'm constantly meeting people, and I just don't talk. I just don't talk to people. I'm like not social at all. But the second that I become friends with that person, it's over. You're in trouble. I'm gonna barge you with dad jokes and puns, and I'm gonna like text you stupid memes and stuff. It's how I am. But like I said, with new people, I just don't bother.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no. Well, that makes sense. I find that happens a lot with improvisers, actually. Just like, I don't know, maybe it's because we like prompts or we like suggestions and we need those to start the conversation sometimes.
I think it's just because like we're just goofy. Like we say a lot of things that we just say it to say it, not necessarily like we necessarily feel that way or not, you know what I mean? Right. And it's not even like in an offensive way, it's just in a goofy way. And then some people will just first impression, if that's what you do first impression, they're like thrown off by it, and you can't just sit there and be like, oh, I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that. This is part of who I am. I am a goofball. So it's like I don't want people to immediately judge me as a goofball and dismiss me. I want them to be like, oh, Omar's cool. And then, oh shit, Omar's like a huge goofball. Like this is so weird. It's crazy.
Nice. What would you say to someone who has not participated in theater or don't know much about like the arts in general? What would you say to them about the arts?
I think that the biggest thing I could tell people is it's not that scary. Like, I know the age-old adage is that the number one fear is public speaking. And honestly, going up and giving a speech, I can understand why people are scared of that. Like, all eyes are on you, and yeah, you can feel that same way on stage. But when you're on stage, you're not you. For the most part, unless you're like a stand-up comedian, even if you are a stand-up comedian, that's still a character that you're playing, you know? But if you're up there doing improv, if you're up there doing a scene from a play or something, you're just doing characters. So like if you try something and it doesn't work, that's not on you. It doesn't matter. There could be 100 people in the audience, and those are the only 100 people in the whole world who would not have found that funny. But you just go with it and then make another joke, or go with it and let the other person make another joke, or you just get off stage and you do it again tomorrow. It doesn't matter, you know? You just go out, and it does not matter anymore because you may never even see those people again in your entire life. So you just go up there and you have fun for yourself. And once you realize that I'm just doing this for me, and if you guys want to laugh too, that's cool. it's so much more fun.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Once you make that first step, dip your toes in the pool just a little bit,
Yeah.
it's not as chilly as you think.
No, for real. It's more addicting than scary
Yeah.
after a while.
Oh yeah, once you get that first laugh, it's like it's over. You're like, oh my gosh, you're 5 again. You're performing in front of your family, and you're like, yes, I'm funny now, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, and then you go and hang out with your non-theater friends and try to make jokes, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Right.
calm down. We're at a restaurant." And I'm like, oh, my God. Sorry, forgot.
Yeah. The last thing I want to ask is just, what are things that you're working on that people can stay up to date with you, follow you in a virtual way, not an outside your window way?
Yeah, I mean, all I'm really doing right now is I've been doing a lot of Twitch, and my Twitch handle is NotTheFirstOmar. And it's basically, I just wanted to put my name as Omar, and it wasn't available. And normally in video games, I say Omar was taken, and that was also not available. So I was like, whatever. It's not the first Omar. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, whenever you go to the channel, all of the videos, I save everything. Everything gets saved on my channel. So even if I'm not online, you can go back. You can see how this happened, why there's glitter on my face, why my chest has a random patch in it. Like, you can see all of that. And you can, most importantly, hang out with all the people in chat, because those people are the reason why I do it, you know, like, to make them laugh and stuff. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Caitlin. Like Gazi just said that also I have an Instagram and I do a lot of drawing. But like, I
yes.
figure all of that stuff out at the channel.
Well, good. Well, everything that Omar has talked about will be linked down below so that you can find it at any point in time when you want. And so you can also see how this came to be, this beautiful purple and green loveliness that is happening before my eyes, with a dollop of glitter, you know? What more do you need? So thank you so much for joining me on Talk About It Tuesday. This was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So if you would like to see any other of the Talk About It Tuesdays, don't forget to check down below. We have playlists of all of the different kinds of videos we show on This Is Improv. You can also take classes with us at www.thisisimprov.com. Sign up today if you like spooky, scary, mysterious, or just fun historical things. You can check out our podcast, This Is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about all of those things and more. If you have a story for us, you can email us at info@thisisimprov.com and hear your own voice on our podcast. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have an amazing Taco Tuesday. Eat some tacos. Thank you so much, Omar, for joining us today. This is great.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.